If you've noticed yourself feeling more reactive lately, more unsettled, more uncertain, more nervous, more worried, more anxious, more on edge, and you might not be able to put your finger on why, but then again, you might be able to, this video is for you. It might feel like it's the news or politics or the economy or technology or the financial situation or what's going on in the world all around us. But what I want to talk about today is why all of that is landing so hard inside of us, because it's really an inside game. It's never the thing outside that's doing it to us. It's the way we relate to the thing that's going on outside. And that's all about what's going on inside. So this video is for you if you're feeling that pressure, that uncertainty, so that you don't continue to operate from that standpoint, because to know that you have a choice in the way you take action going forward. So let me make it more clear. Look around the world right now. I mean, the things going on in the international world, whether it's China or Iran or Venezuela, the financial markets and what they're doing, whether they're going up or they're going down, or what's going on with Bitcoin. And then look at elections and the Republican Party and the Democrats. And then look at technology and AI. And then look at potential of layoffs because of AI taking over for jobs. And then look at all the things going on with ICE and cultural instability. Constant breaking news. I mean, the breaking news with the Epstein files, the breaking news with Savannah Guthrie's mom. It's endless. And guess what? It's not getting any better anytime soon. We are definitely in the year, or coming into the year of the fire horse, and that is speed. And things are speeding up. And no matter where you stand on any of this, the common thread is uncertainty. And guess what? Although that uncertainty is a fundamental human need, the other fundamental human need is certainty. And so when certainty disappears, we struggle. It's just the way we are. If you're new to my videos, my name is Andy Petranek. I am an executive coach. I work with highly successful leaders and entrepreneurs around clarity, agency, and self-leadership, especially in moments like this where things feel uncertain or unsettled. So, as I was saying a minute ago, one of our core fundamental human needs is certainty. Certainty makes sense because it's predictable. We know what's coming. We know we're going to be safe, or that we are safe. It makes sense to us. Our ego structure is built to predict and protect. And when certainty drops, like it has over the past 6 months to a year, guess what happens? Your mind tries to compensate. And it does it by telling stories. See, the problem isn't that anxiety is coming from an event outside of you. It certainly looks that way and it feels that way. But you have to slow it way down to see it. Otherwise you miss it. Something happens out there and it comes through our senses, and then our mind has to make sense of it. And it creates a story. It creates meaning about the thing that's happening. The meaning becomes a story, and it's a story you start telling yourself about the event. And guess what? Most of the time, especially if this is a pattern for you, you believe it. You believe the story that your mind's telling you. You don't even really realize that happened because you think that the event out there is causing you to feel anxious or worried or concerned. But your mind says, because there's unsettledness in our country, it means something bad is coming. This isn't going to end well. I should be more concerned. I should be more prepared. I need to stay more alert. I need to prep my house for disaster. It's not that any of those are bad. Taking action is actually one of the ways that you can combat this. But most of the time when we're feeling worried or anxious or unsettled, we're not taking action. We're just sitting there watching it and feeling this unsettledness. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I don't usually wake up around things going on in the news, but I woke up at 3:00 in the morning around all this stuff with Jeffrey Epstein, and just the magnitude of the number of people that are involved on both sides of the aisle, internationally, nationally, everywhere. There was a story running in my head. I need to stay alert. I should be more worried. And because the story that you're telling yourself is about the future, your brain thinks you can predict it, but can you predict the future? I mean, if you were really good at predicting the future, you'd probably have a crap ton of money right now because you just played the stock market and you'd know what was going to happen tomorrow, and you put all your, it's like going to Vegas and knowing what's going to happen in the slots or what's going to happen in roulette. So this isn't unnormal, and it doesn't mean that something's wrong. You can't actually predict it, but your body is staying in a state of alert. It thinks it's doing that because it thinks it knows something bad is coming. But it doesn't know something bad is coming because it doesn't know what the future holds. See, your mind mistakes its own thoughts for facts. It thinks the thoughts it's thinking are facts. I can't even say that. It thinks the thoughts it's thinking are facts. They're not facts. They're just thoughts. So here's something radical, something crazy. Stop believing it. I mean, why? You can ask yourself, why am I believing this story? What story am I believing right now? Is this story anchored in truth, or is it just one of 100 possibilities of what could happen? Not, is this thing happening now? Because the thing that's happening is happening. But what am I assuming it means? Is that meaning actually true, or is it just one possible story among hundreds? You don't need to replace it with a positive thought. You don't need to calm yourself down. You just need to pause long enough to see that the story isn't reality. It's just a guess. I mean, look, I get a kick out of talking about this because I get sucked into doing this myself, even though I know all of this and I teach all of this. So it's very human and very common. When you stop believing every story your mind tells you about the future, guess what? Your nervous system starts to settle down. And your nervous system settles down not because the world changed, not because there's not anything bad, nothing changed in Iran, nothing changed in Venezuela, nothing changed with Trump, nothing changed with the Epstein files. But you stopped asking your mind to protect you from something that isn't actually happening. See, you don't need to solve the world problems to be okay in your living room. You don't need certainty about the future to be safe in the present. You don't need to fix what you're feeling for it to loosen its grip. I want you to be with these concepts. They're not easy, and they do require a slowing down. But if it resonates, be with it. It's not practice, it's not work. It's just something to notice. Clarity doesn't come from effort. Clarity comes from seeing.